In this Eternal Return video, we take a look at Eungson's Rozzi and how he shreds the other Immortal players using her. And now, so much lifesteal from Eungson. He's trying to sustain in this fight. Sylvia trying to get on with the bike form, and he blows her up. Whoa! Here's the build and the ID. Guys, if you enjoy the video, please consider subscribing. We are going to 2,000. Let's get it. Eternal Return, it's your boy Loy Meets World. Today, we've got some Rozzi gameplay, and it's finally from an Immortal player. This guy goes by Eungson. And we are watching a solos Rozzi game. Celebrate, guys. I've been trying to bring Rozzi like in solos format for a very long time to the channel, but I just couldn't find a player competent enough to show us. I've watched a ton of his games. Eungson has the tendency to pop off a lot on Rozzi. Unfortunately, he does not win a lot. This is not a character you're going to be winning a lot of games on, but you will be climbing on Rozzi a lot because she is a master at taking 1v1s. She just has some 1v1s that are very problematic for her, and hard CC just shuts her down as a character completely, guys. So when she gets hard CC'd, she just loses fights. The way I'd like to describe it is that as Rozzi, everyone else has the advantage in the fight. Everyone else is playing the fight. You have to outplay the fight. Every single fight you take as Rozzi, you have to outplay it, and you have to mechanically beat your opponent to take the W. But if you do manage to do that, she's actually very strong. We're just going to be seeing him play some surveillance cameras that he took from Uptown there, and he's just searching for his build. He's going to be building the Electron Blaster. I wanted to call it the Electronic Blaster. And you would have noticed he started in Uptown, guys. I think that's the new adaptation. You go from Uptown to Factory to Dock to Chapel, and that will give you the full build that I gave you guys earlier on in the video. Why I say it's kind of the new adaptation is because for a while what you do is you'd kind of start in Chapel, or you'd start maybe Archery if you were going Magnum Boa. But when you start in Uptown, you're preventing that thing where you reach level 2 or level 3 and then you have to bump into the jackies who want to one-shot you in Uptown. So if you start there, you can get out of that region and you can go into Factory where the jackies will end up later and you can avoid them. The jackies, your Yukis, you saw Luke in Uptown already. And then you can go to Dock from there, and Dock is where your jackies actually start. You know, your Jackie, Yuki, Kathy kind of characters. They start there in Dock. So essentially, you're avoiding a lot of the high threats by pathing this way. Just for the skill order, I just thought I'd mention it now. The skill order is going to be your passive first, then you're going to get your W, then you're going to get your E or your Q, just depending. What tends to happen on Rozzi players is that you can either max your W or your passive first, depending on what you want. And then you can also max your E and your Q either third and fourth. Your E is going to help you in terms of outplaying your opponent. If it's up more often, that's what you're kind of maxing. He's just building the Buccaneers doubloon there. And then your Q is going to help you in terms of damage. If you want to be dealing more damage in fights, that's what you're going to be maxing first. I think E is better in this meta right now. I would opt to building it rather than getting the Q first. So Q, you kind of get lost. So yeah, he's going to be in Dock trying to finish the optical camouflage suit. Just going to be searching the region as well. This is very safe. Usually a lot of people, when they're not full build, they won't activate the consoles in the area. But since he's playing the fragile Rozzi, he decided to do this. Rozzi is about making the adaptations to the game that you need to make to succeed. Of course, a very squishy kind of character. If your opponents get onto you, you really have problems. She really just doesn't have the zone control that an Aya has. She can outplay fights much better than an Aya in all honesty. But she just doesn't have that W that the Aya has to just create distance between her and her opponents. Or at least stop her opponent from just running into her. Okay, there's going to be a Yuki in this region, and Eungson just being very careful to path around the Yuki, around where he saw he was pathing to, finds the rubber he needs, and he will be leaving the region. Now just needs to find some stone and will be able to complete that optical camouflage suit. He's looking great, actually. Finds a Luke, and he wants this fight. Misses on his ult. Luke with the E. Luke with the W, trying to shred back. He's moving out of the fight now. Just respecting the Luke. And the stone is going to help him, once he gets it, it's also going to help him complete the motorcycle helmet. He's going to need some water first. But first he's going to be getting his optical camouflage suit online. Okay, does it the other way. Makes the broken glass pieces now, gets the panel. Optical camouflage suit going to be online. And the radar is possible to make, but he's not going to be doing that yet. Going to have to get more stone at some point to make his radar. And he's very close to full build. What's going to do it here? Stone and some water. 2 components left. Both of them he can find here in Chapel. So he's just going to be searching the area. Very smart of him to do that. Spots a Sylvia on the map. Now he knows that he needs to path a bit more safely. Instead of just running straight to the water, he can get the stone. And his radar is going to be online. Great item. It gives you 40% attack speed and 24% crit chance. And he's an attack speed beast actually on this build, because your Electron Blaster gives you 50% attack speed. It also gives you 25 extra normal damage, and then it gives you 60 attack power. You know, you got that power. Like, I was about to talk about Justin Bieber there and will.i.am and that power, but the Luke landed a Q, so I was very scared there. I was getting ready to go into commentary mode. But Rozzi here just going to be chasing onto the Luke. Luke actually doesn't want this fight, feels he'll lose. And Luke now gets cut off by Yuki. Yuki now zoning out Rozzi, and Eungson respecting the Yuki a lot. This has been the character he's been respecting a lot. Of course, the Yuki with the Leviathan there, if you can see in his inventory. Very, very scary Yuki. Even got the D Dobok done. Gonna have that extra attack range on him as well. Alright, so he's gonna be getting the water from here in Sem. And there's the motorcycle helmet. And we've got a full build Rozzi on our hands. Just gonna be farming now, keep the XP up. Maybe try and find some mithril here as well. Doesn't find the mithril, but still very good. Although mithril, I suppose, would be for the helm. I guess you could sub out mithril for the motorcycle helmet. A mithril helm. And he's in the perfect region to actually get the chain. I wonder if he's going to just be looking for a chain here so he can build chain coif. And then focus on farming some wolves on the map to try and get the mithril drops from them. There's a Hyjin here. Hyjin just killed a Luke, and Rozzi gonna be jumping on. Eungson getting really aggressive there. I'm back to calling her Hyjin instead of Hyjin, guys. Old habits die hard. Alright, cool. And he subs out his White Rhino, so he gets rid of his healing reduction stats. He puts on the Feather Boots, so he's gonna have more attack speed and movement speed, but he's not gonna have the healing reduction from that item. Also not gonna have as much HP regen now. Oh, he bumps into a heart, misses on his ult, and now he has to outplay this, uses his E into his W. Does so much damage with these autos though. No one wants a 1v1 with Eungson right now. Aya taking out that Hyjin. And now Heart's gonna be pathing to Cemetery. Eungson wants to jump in here. He wants the third parties. Oh, finds the Heart. Says get off the body. That chain coif is very important. That's what we were talking about, him having to build. And he's just going to keep the mask and the chain coif separately. Actually dumps the chain coif. Okay, so what he means by dumping the chain coif there. Alright, we might have to see a fight here. Okay, so dumping the chain coif there instead of the mask means that what he wants to do actually is he wants to find a VF blood sample, either off a Wick. Wick just spawned. Okay, so he's going to be pathing here where Wick is spawning. Jumps onto the Sylvia with his W. Uses his R. Sylvia's in trouble. He uses his W again to get on. Sylvia getting melted. Uses the Q and kills the Sylvia for his first kill. There's another Sylvia now trying to zone him out here Of course, a lot of players going to be bumping up into this region. The Wick just spawned, so it's very important. What I wanted to say about him opting to keep the mask over Chain Coif is simply VF Blood Sample into the Chinese Opera Mask. Chinese Opera Mask is a great item for Rozzi. It gives you lifesteal, move speed, it gives you SP, and also some critical hit reduction just as a small defensive stat there. But really, you want the lifesteal. He jumps on with the autos and his W lands his ult. And now Lee Dylan trying to turn it back. He's walking back, trying to kite this with the Q, kites with the E. Chiara trying to third party this. Chiara does third party, but jumps onto the Lee Dylan. Lee Dylan's still alive here, hasn't gotten killed by Chiara. And Rozzi's just going to be parting towards Wick. Has no time for this. Going to be trying to get the Wicker line and the VF blood sample immediately. Going to be kiting her, doing as much damage as possible. There's no one in the area. Uses his ult as well, using his E. Just using everything to try and destroy this Wick as fast as possible. Of course, Rozzi very squishy. And he manages to do it. That's so big. Gets the Force Core and the VF blood sample. So Chinese Opera Mask going to be coming through. Also manages to take the first aid kit, dumps the Imperial Crown, and that's big. That's actually very, very big for him. So we'll see whether he wants to build anything off the Force Core. I think Kelte can come out here. Kelte is a pistol weapon. Ooh, okay, there's going to be a fight here for sure. There's going to be a fight. Lands his ult, always engages with it. Now using his W and his Q to dash in, using his E to stay on her even more, and shreds the lead Dylan to pieces. Now gonna have a scrap with the Heart here. Uses his Q into the W, using his autos now, and Heart has to respond with the ult. Ult about to run out. Heart regenerating some health there. W coming out. And now he's going to have his weapon skill, uses it immediately, and he's auto-attacking Heart to death. Heart manages to get over using her E, and that's going to be the end of that. Oh, but he's cutting off the Heart. Oh, and what a cutoff by Eungson. He's playing this out of his mind, and Heart has to E away from this. She lands the slow. This might be the end, but Eungson's not giving up on this. He's going to pursue this. Going to be trying to dodge out on the Qs and the E's here. Uses an E of his own to try and dash in. Sorry, he's going to have to dodge on her weapon skills and her Q, sorry. And he jumps into the weapon skill, unfortunately, just as I mentioned it. But he's still trying to pursue onto this. And he's got his E cooldown back up. Going to be using his W there to try and gap close. He is faster than Heart. Uses his Q. He's gaining on her. He has his ult. He's going with the W. And she uses her E now. Surely this is over. Oh, Heart just escaping a hot pursuit. This is what I'm saying about Eungson and his Rozzi. He is crazy and he pops off all the time. The only thing about Rozzi is that she has some matchups which just aren't favored. And once she gets stunned or CC'd pretty hard, think Emma, think Hanwoo, think Magnus, she just loses, guys. But other than that, oh, the 1v1s are flavorful. And we're back for round 3. And Heart's actually pumping out a lot of damage. He misses his weapon skill into the ults now. Okay, out from Rozzi. He's doing so much damage into the W. Now pursuing. Ooh, gets hit by the Q there. I get so excited. I just want this fight to end. Using his Ws to pursue. And now Heart into the restricted area. And he's got the movement speed to chase. Using the W and his ult. And this will be the end of Heart eventually. What a pursuit, and he gets the Hermes finally as well. Hermes is such a great find because it means that that Force Core he's got in his inventory, he's actually got 2, but that can go to the Kelte, and he's instantly trying to find the PPK, finds it, and now he's going to be looking for some leather to build the Beretta. First checking the region, see what's up. Is anyone else in the region? Anyone gonna jump on him? He is a Rozzi here. It's gotta be as safe as possible. 3 kills on him, 5 players left. Gonna be auto-attacking this dog. And he finds the leather he needs. Beretta and Kelte is gonna be coming through. He also has the EOD suit on him. So he's gonna be popping the EOD suit, boys. You know the meme. We're gonna keep that meme going. Thank you so much, comment section. Alright, so Eungson's popping off here on Rozzi. He really is a destructive force on this character, no doubt. I've seen a lot of his games so far and he always looks like this. It's just very hard for him to pull the victories. You'll see sometimes he'll just get very, very over aggressive in certain scenarios. Like he'll take he'll take fights where he knows there's a lot of players, and when they see a Rozzi, they're just gonna 2v1 you because they know you're gonna go down so easily, and then they're just gonna turn on each other in the fight after that. So he goes into these weird situations where he could get third-partied, but other than that, just an unstoppable force on the character. I'm very excited to see what Eungson does. Of course, he's in Immortal Rank, part of the higher upper echelon of players. There's now 120 players in Immortal Rank in Korea right now. So the cream of the crop has ascended to over 100 players. It's really great that we're seeing so many players put in the time and invest so many hours into really perfecting these characters and getting their game up essentially. Finding Boots of Hermes from that crate is very, very big, guys. I can't stress enough because it's not the fact that he found it because he already had it. It's the fact that he's denying Hermes from someone else who could possibly use it. Just leaves it there by that Hyperloop in hospital. Doesn't think anyone will find it there. Of course, 3 players left, including him. It's a Sylvia. And he's instantly hot pursuit. Sylvia with the W. Just a very strong skill to keep players out. And she even has her R. So there's just no engage there for Eungson. He's going to have to wait until Sylvia wants to fight him, or he's going to have to get the drop on her really, really well. I'm not sure. I saw a white-haired character. It's a Chiara. Okay. There's so many white-haired characters in the game. It could have been a... Alright, yeah, and he goes on with his W. Sylvia bike form. And Sylvia gets hit by the ult. So much damage coming out from Eungson. So much damage coming out from Sylvia. And now so much life steal from Eungson. He's trying to sustain in this fight. Sylvia trying to get on with the bike form. And he blows her up. Whoa! That is insane. Someone said I should try some normal shoutcasting. That is normal for me. Oh man, sensational outplay there by Eungson. He is a monster on this character. Sylvias have been blowing up people in 1v1s. Just to see that is incredible. He's going to have the 1v1 against a Chiara, and he should be favored so long as he doesn't butcher it and get outplayed by the ult. I suppose the main thing about the Chiara right now is that he's going to have to outplay her ultimate. And once he does that, if he manages to survive, he's got this in the bag. He does have some remote mines here, so could potentially set up some traps. Doesn't opt to do that yet. Chiara gonna be searching the console for vision. And now Eungson just going around looting stuff. Doesn't want to take the last fight here. Just trying to find some bodies for some sustain here. He's also got Mithril String as a little bit of a trap. That small amount of root on that Mithril String is going to be important against a melee character for sure. So he does have a few tools here to help him out in his inventory. Make the 1v1 against Chiara a bit easier. But he's given Chiara some time to set up here. Luckily no traps around here. Chiara walking in here and he instantly tries to ult and misses on his ult. So he's just going to be walking away here. Plants the first Mithril String here by the Tree of Life. Just trying to keep himself safe. Okay, going to be getting some baked cob done while Chiara tries to hit him with Qs. Oh, and he uses his ult into the autos. More autos coming out. Hasn't used his Q yet. And just gets his baked cob done. Just trying to make some sustain items. Actually uses the autos into the Q. Now Chiara has to run away off her own aggression here. And he looks really favored. Chiara with the weapon skill in. And now he's going to jump on with his ult. And so much damage coming out from Eungson. He is favored in this fight. Just going to be planting the remote mines here. And Mithril String Trap's going to be coming down. He has full control. 18 seconds left before Chiara has to run back into this. She's going to be sustaining. He plants some wards here. He's got full vision control. And Eungson very favored. Chiara with her rapier skill and her... Oh! Just gets blown up by the bombs here. And he uses the weapon skill. Styles on her with the W. And that's going to be GG for Eungson. He fought that faster than I could commentate it. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This is your boy Loy Meets World. I hope you enjoyed this Rozzi gameplay. I know a lot of people have been waiting to see her in solos. It was very hard finding a winning Rozzi. This is your boy Loy Meets World. I'm out. Peace.